Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gatia, where the populace are at the mercy of elemental chaos, unpredictable weathers, and dragons that nobody's met yet.
What?
Our story this
the fuck?
evening continues to follow the adventures and mishaps of the group known as the Measure as they seek to protect their village of Greystan. During session tonight, to those of you in chat, we will be interacting with you all to the best of our ability, but so as to not break the flow of our roleplay, we'll be primarily responding through chat as opposed to verbally. We take a short break around 9:30 though, and when we come back from said break, we'll have a few moments to check in with all of you lovely people and see how you're doing. I also realized that there's no music playing. Or is there?
There
is.
There.
It's suddenly
I'm getting
playing.
music.
Great. I hear it now.
Am I the only one who heard him say that thing about dragons?
No.
And
I don't
of
know what you're
course,
talking about.
Last but not least, if you are here in chat hanging out with us tonight, make sure to be excellent to each other because we're all here to have a good time and escape real life. Announcements. Yurko.
Oh, fuck yeah. I run a Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition actual play podcast starring our very own Sora and JT as my kindred. They play a Malkavian and a Bruja, respectively. You can find our show. It is entitled Kindred of New York. Try searching that at any podcast venue that you like, and I can also post a little link in the chat for you guys. There you go. If you like vampire stuff, check that link. You'll be able to find the show on my YouTube channel or a few different podcasts formats. No? What's the word? Venues? Platforms. Thank you.
Hey.
That's the one. Yes. If you like vampires, check it out.
Luna, you had something you wanted to mention again from last week?
Yeah, last week I mentioned I was going to be at a convention. That's happening this week. So it starts Thursday and goes until Sunday, so from 18th to the
Wait,
so
the 18th to the what?
18th to the 21st,
There you
Thursday
go.
to Sunday. And then I don't have a schedule yet, but at some point I'm gonna be walking around like this. So if you're going to Super Magfest at the Gaylord, come see me if you see a blue person walking around. Woohoo!
Yeah. So excited. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see pictures. I'm going to ask our sweet Sora over here to say something in a second, but because it was brought to my attention, I'm just going to point out that today is Dragon Appreciation Day, hence my intro. So do something dragony tonight if you haven't already.
I'll
Sora.
point out, apparently it's not Dragon Appreciation Day. It's Appreciate a Dragon Day. So you just have to pick one.
Yeah, I got some names if you want names. I just have to dig them up first. But
Just
You know
pick a
what,
dragon and
Yurko?
appreciate them. Yeah,
Leave it to you to dissect semantics.
it's important. It changes the meaning of the sentence.
It does. You're
Yeah.
right. And it also changes my mood to lesser.
all right, Sora.
Bark, bark, bark.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
If you are watching this on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe. And the videos are sometimes uploaded at Thursday at 9 a.m. In this past case, it was uploaded at Monday at 11:30 a.m. I think, or p.m. I don't remember.
That's
Hey,
late.
So I am a chicken.
We have a chicken and a blue lady tonight.
I know. We're going to get views
amazing.
tonight. We're going to stop in and be like, what?
Yes,
Yeah.
so just so you all know, I don't know how often this is going to happen again. I should be going the other way when I say that. But this happened because Sora forgot to upload the video when she says she does. So she decided proper punishment was to wear a chicken suit. If she does it again, I don't know what to expect. But she's invested in a chicken suit now.
And this was all self-inflicted.
Yes.
Yeah.
All those posts, I run the Twitter, I run the social
Yeah.
media. It's my fault.
It's the way I like my misery.
You
Self-inflicted.
do it to
Self-inflicted.
yourself.
Yeah.
That's why it really hurts.
Colby, I think we need to talk about that after session, but
I've got my RC cola. I'll be fine. Also, if you're listening on podcast, you're really missing out. Keep a video.
yes.
It's worth
Yeah.
it.
Go over to the youtube.com/
Legendary unlock skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need somebody to make me some fan art of Rena in a chicken suit, please.
Chicken emotes.
Yeah, chicken emotes. Oh, we need
God,
so our
yeah.
next run of emotes, we need a chicken to be one of them.
I hope
Really,
this
we need
doesn't need to be
chicken.
said, but please keep the fan art PG-13.
I
I just threw up in
You
my mouth
can't
a little
stop
bit.
them.
If it exists,
Another rule.
Anyway.
oh, Lord help me.
Golden nuggets of wisdom.
ew. Don't say it that way.
Oh, we're doing good tonight. I love this. I'm so happy to be here, guys. Last time on Welcome to Grey Stand, after some brief discretion, all right, well, there we go. Me and my younks getting away from me again. After some brief discussion involving the individual they've stumbled upon in the woods, the measure have decided to bring her along with the intention of finding her help once returning to Grey Stand. Eventually, their travel came to a close and they began to set up Rena's portable dollhouse into a not doll-sized house for the evening. While settling down, Cassidy, Rena, and Marissa spent some time with their new companion, if you will, and gave her the name Hope, as this individual has continued to demonstrate no ability to communicate or identify herself. While they were at the cabin, or dollhouse, whatever we're calling it, Tim and Ulrich were out foraging, to where upon returning, they found they were being visited once again by Lilius, the Green Lady of the Spring Court. The measure continued their evening conversing with Lilius about their new companion, as well as the disappearance of Marlena,
Gosh, I
which
hate
was
this. Sorry.
which was revealed to be the individual who overlooks the forest surrounding Grey Stand from the Fae Court and has disappeared. They discussed the capture of Crean, the siren that they found in Saxondale that was under Grimm's capture, their involvement with the death of one of Grandmother Peggy's coven members, and also the reveal that Ulrich's been walking around with Mother Morgana's head. To which Lilius told them to get rid of it immediately because hags' heads are cursed. After Lilius left, the measure began their nightly watches. Ulrich and Tim burned the head of Mother Morgana, which resulted in an eruption of blue smoke that filled a very large area. Various members of the measure were then plagued by bad dreams, especially Jules, who the measure was not able to wake up at first. Once everyone did wake up, after some time, it was decided they could get back to sleep. And when Tim stepped outside to continue his watch, noticed the slow decay of Lilius's protective barrier, and the realization that the hag's head was missing. And that's where we left off, with Tim being outside and noticing this. I'm not sure where Ulrich is right now. I know everyone else was going back to sleep, if I recall correctly, because the rest of you have not acquired a long rest yet. So, yes, that's great.
I just want to
Thank you,
apologize. I got a piece of chicken feather in my mouth, and that's why I made that noise. It's been shedding so bad, and I was like,
You need to
Oh
preen.
You need to preen properly, yeah. Anyway, so Tim, you're having this realization: the protective barrier is decaying, and the head is gone. Are you doing anything with this information as you notice it?
Yeah, I'm saying to myself, well, fuck.
Right. It's a good reaction.
Should have kept it in the bag. We had it in the bag.
We
He
did.
swore so loud he changed the ambience music.
Sorry.
Okay. I'll wait on the porch for Ulrich.
Is Ulrich planning to rejoin Tim on the porch?
Yeah, Ulrich's making sure that everyone's getting back to sleep, and then he's doing another round to try and see if anyone's obviously having a nightmare.
Mhm.
And assuming that's all in the clear,
Mm-hmm.
he'll rejoin Tim on the porch.
Well, go ahead and give me an insight check and see if you can determine, if we'll just say if they're, just give me an insight roll. We'll figure it out from there.
It's a 16.
Okay, 16. You make your rounds through the house. People are starting to get to sleep. You notice that maybe what's his name? Jules is having a little difficulty, but he's having difficulty falling asleep, it seems. He's tossing and turning a bit because he just had what happened to him. You were unable to wake him up. He had that really bad nightmare. Rarissa pretty much had to go in and drag him out. So he seems to be very restless. The rest of them, everybody's still kind of getting back into bed and starting to fall asleep. So as of right now, you don't really notice anything.
Okay. Alright. I am a little worried about Jules, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll leave everyone to sleep because they need their rest. So I'll head out to the porch with Tim.
All right.
Do you think we got bad information about that head? Maybe we shouldn't have burned it after all.
Well, considering it's her forest and what I just observed, I'd say that it wasn't intentionally bad.
Can
But
throw
I
someone
think in
under the bus?
hindsight,
What?
it's not bad. It's not great.
Can I throw someone under the bus?
It was my
Sure.
idea.
It was.
It was still the Fae still concurred.
Yeah.
I mean, burning it is not an unreasonable suggestion,
No.
but the
Right.
Fae, like,
Like,
if
oh,
the
yeah,
Fae
that's a
knew
good
better, she
idea.
should have told us. Yeah.
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 Well, she said to get rid of it.
Mm.
Anyway, apologies. I'm sorry. Sora.
Bah.
Next time, just have Uthal yeet it to infinity.
Ulrich genuinely was. That was his first plan. Was just to walk out the front
Roll
door,
it.
just toss it.
Chuck
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Just yeah. Not
Have
ours.
fun
anymore.
going downriver, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of what I just observed, the skull is no longer in that little pit. And the protective, or the peace that we've been enjoying here, Lilius's forest, well, that protection's gone. It's degrading away as we speak. So we better be, keeping on our toes during watch.
Right. Well, as we should always be.
Yeah. Was a nice reprieve. How the fuck does a skull just disappear?
Any number of ways, I imagine. Some
Yeah.
sort of terrible magical bungle shit, frankly.
I think
I really got to you guys,
value-
didn't it?
I think
I
I
like
value
that.
Jerry's excrement more than this.
Good fertilizer.
Yeah.
It's their whole purpose. Anyway, sorry.
I don't like you referring to it by name when you talk about it shit. I don't know why that made me very uncomfortable.
Well, it's just because you don't know like I do, right? The whole family has a bond with Jerry, right? We've all had to take care of him. He's had his ups and downs. He's a wonderful creature. It's that level of comfort with each other. You know, I'm sure if he could talk, he would talk about my excrement.
Tim, I hope we never get that comfortable with each other.
Oh, you and me?
Yes.
Wow. Really want to keep those walls up, huh? Okay. I'll respect your decision.
I'm sorry, Tim. I'm just so heartless.
You're just protective of yourself, and you know what? Who could blame you? It's good to be protected.
Should I make like a perception roll or something? I don't know how to continue this conversation.
Thank you to God.
I can keep going. I can just
Get
monologue.
this conversation the hell off our stream.
You can go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Do we count as being in the forest?
Yeah.
Sick.
I'll allow it.
Then that is a 23.
Okay. Is Tim rolling also?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 21.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, while neither of you sense any danger, let me rephrase that. Well, neither of you sense any imminent danger or anything coming too close. It's not as quiet as it was the previous nights staying in this forest. I had mentioned that maybe it's just not as violent out here. Maybe the, bugs and stuff aren't as plentiful, but starting to sound like home now without this veil over your abode. There's more rustling in the trees and the bushes, but nothing that breaks the tree line to come near you. It's almost like the creatures, the beasts or monstrosities, whatever they are testing their limits to see if what was keeping you safe is still there. But nothing comes in. Not tonight.
That pit's still there, right? Where we burned
Yeah.
the... I'm gonna cast Create Bonfire again. Just to get some fire.
You fire. Definitely
Tim,
as...
Well, you can probably... Well, actually, since I'm such a stickler for the rules, let me make sure that it does have a verbal component. It does. Tim, you can hear... Because you speak some dialect of Primordial, right?
Can't hear you, buddy.
Friend.
I know it generally, yes.
Mm-hmm. Some of the spells that Ulrich casts, including Create Bonfire, and I've mentioned this before, but he speaks in Ignan, one of the dialects of Primordial. I don't know if you'd be able to understand what he's saying. I don't know if he understands what he's saying, but you'd recognize it.
We have an opportunity here.
What for?
Do you care to be open in a different way? Tell me about yourself. You can say no.
What do you want to know, Tim?
Where do you derive your power? This flame.
What was
That's
that?
in your head, Ulrich. Uh-oh.
This-
Let's see. I come from an ancient line of elemental warriors who imbued an immortal spirit in my soul when I was a child, and then they abandoned me in the woods when I was 6.
You're gonna roll
Believe me?
insight.
Yeah, roll insight.
Because honestly, I feel like this could be something Ulrich would just say to fuck with. It's a 19.
I know what Ulrich is rolling, but so you don't have to say what you're rolling, obviously, but what is the number that you get?
I have to double check. I think it's going to be the same either way. A 5.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could tell him. Ulrich, you could tell him.
I mean, doesn't seem like he's lying.
Ancient elemental warriors.
I mean, that's one way to put it.
So are they gone? Are you the last remnant? Or are they more secluded?
Worded that way, it makes me feel good about myself.
You'll Ulrich laughs, apparently at what you said, Tim, as far as you can tell.
I don't know. I just rolled a 19 on insight.
I haven't seen any of them since I was a child. If they're still there, I don't know.
So you have memories from before you were adopted into our village.
They're fuzzy.
Like the creatures or the memories?
The memories.
Okay. Were they humanoid? I assume your parents were originally human.
Yeah, I mean, my parents were both human. They're not creatures. They're people.
I mean, people are creatures,
Okay. You know what I mean.
but not all creatures are people. Yeah, I understand. It's more
Best I
specific.
could remember, they were all sorts of different people.
Oh, I use the word creatures because, I mean, you start talking about elemental warriors, and there's elementals all around. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there are.
I wasn't sure if there were some that were more. I use this word hesitantly. Civilized, so to
Right.
speak.
Some of them do okay for themselves.
So a spirit's been bound to you, right? Do you have connection with it, or does it feel like yourself?
It's like there's a second person in my head.
Oh, so you kind of have like a Jules yourself, just no necklace.
Kind of, yeah.
Interesting.
That was very forward of you.
Ulrich's not saying this out loud, but he will respond. I mean, we've been dancing around this burning bush for a while.
Mm-hmm. Haha, burning.
You got that, didn't you?
I did.
Out loud to Tim. Ulrich will say, there you go. I know I've been quiet about this. It's been obvious something's going on for a long time. I don't know. Maybe I was looking for, I don't know, a more dramatic moment. But really, I didn't want to say anything.
I thought maybe you were just trying to find the right time to tell us all.
I don't know if there is a right time.
Well, from what I've been told, you don't want to wait for it if there is, because then you'll never find it. It's that old Thomas wisdom, apparently.
Brenda's the only other one who knows, like, you know, the meat of the story.
All right. Well, I'm sure I'll have questions eventually. I'll have to mull this over.
I don't know if I can answer all of them.
That's okay. Answer what you're willing or what you can. The rest, we or you will figure out. Do you have a name for this being?
So this is actually pretty funny. JT, you've said the name before, and then I found out where you got the name from.
Yeah.
And
I'm original.
were you trying to pronounce it the Old Norse way?
Yeah.
Okay. His name's Elder.
Say that one more time for me.
Elder.
Okay.
Editor's note: if I could fucking roll my R's, Ulrich would.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no
It's-
editing here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing with me.
Cheers.
I don't have a cup right now. I drank all my tea.
Hmm. Anything else before your watch eventually concludes?
I think so.
Okay. Well, while you all are outside having this discussion, Marissa, moving to you. As morning comes, you find yourself awaking to a familiar space. Familiar sheets over you. A side table with an arrangement of favorite daggers with ribbons on them. And your mother calling to you from the kitchen. Marissa! Come on, your sister's already out of the house. We need to get to the tavern already.
Excuse me, what?
We're being summoned.
Wake up and like rub her eyes. Get her daggers. Lift the sheet up and look underneath and put it back down. Lift it up, put it back down. Coming, Mom. And then she'd like grab her favorite daggers out of the dress. I'm on her hip and
As you come down the hallway, your mother looks to you just as you remember her, giving you a brief smile and then motioning for you to follow. Come on, I don't want to keep the Tenwoods waiting. And as you are you going to follow along with her?
yeah, she'd follow her.
Mm-hmm. As you head through the town toward the Drunken Dragon, the town is as it usually is. Maybe not as bustling as it usually is this early in the morning, but there are people moving about. It's sunny out. It's really nice weather. Tavern is definitely going to be busy today. Mother stops mid-stride. Oh, shit. Marissa, do you have the honey?
Check her bag. See if there was...
She sees you looking, and she looks a little frustrated, and then just ready to be mom, but she takes a deep breath. Okay, look, just run back to the apiary and get it, and meet me at the tavern. And she turns around and continues on her way.
She would watch her mom go, like, turn around, stop.
Yeah, you smacking yourself.
Yeah.
You smack yourself, and doesn't feel like it normally does. There's a little bit of a sting, but it's also kind of like a wait a minute. You gotta hit yourself a couple of times because you're not sure. It's a little weird.
Probably do it a couple times, but
Yeah. Give me a wisdom saving throw, or yeah, wisdom saving throw. Yeah, please.
wait, you gotta get the sharp one out. for the mouth one. Okay. $20 total. It wasn't a natural.
You think you're probably dreaming.
Okay. Well, you would go to the.
Okay. Making your way toward the apiary, you're greeted with the usual reactions, or not reactions from the villagers as they divert their eyes. Except for Lavana, of course, who watches you with a judgmental eye from in front of her temple as you pass. Traversing through the town is weird because it's almost as if you are skipping across distances. Just you're 10 feet closer, 20 feet closer. Like you're not actually walking the full distance. It's just weird time lapse through this dream. After you head back to the apiary, bees are buzzing as you remember they used to be. You go inside, you see the honey. It's the only honey out on the counter, nothing else in this room. You retrieve the honey and start to head back.
Would honestly probably pause the apiary.
Is
Yeah.
that you
No,
cut out quite a bit?
Oh.
So you're saying about the apiary?
She would look at the bees as they were, as she once remembered them.
Yeah.
This is boss fight music. I don't like this.
It is.
Bees.
The bees get angry again. They've already stung me, man.
You retrieve the honey. You look to the bees, and you start to head back. The feeling of something lingering behind you as you look over your shoulder and see dark storm clouds starting to move in. Heading back down into town, into the heart of town, you feel eyes on you. Not just one person's eyes, but everyone's, as each individual before you look at you with fully jet black eyes. Everyone is staring, turning their heads to keep eyes on you as they pass until you finally hear a voice. Abomination! Monster! You will bring death to us all! And as soon as Lavana's sentence finishes, the chapel behind her erupts. This massive tree, bigger than any you have seen before, towers above the city, its continuous eruption from the ground unearthing other buildings in the process. When it seems it's no longer growing, you hear the loud creak and cracking of wood as the tree bends, and you begin to realize this is a colossal form of Myrna. Their body bending low until they're near ground level with you. Welcome home, Rarissa. There's a silent moment of tension. Myrna staring you down, and the villagers now all stopped with eyes locked on you. Angry expressions as they all look tense to pounce. What are you doing?
She's gonna hold on to her necklace and see if she can get Jules in here with her.
You
Feel
feel
like I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Not alone. I'm not alone.
You attempt to summon Jules, and you can almost feel like there's a barrier. And if you were able to summon him, you cannot. You are alone. Myrna stares at you. Run.
This is a dream. I have a feeling it's a dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to stick the honey in her pouch and turn her back and just walk towards the tavern.
As you turn your back and start running, you hear this monstrous, ferocious yell of all of the villagers behind you, and you hear the heavy footsteps as they all start to run towards you. Just barely over their yelling, you start to hear Myrna cackling loudly. Soon after, just around you, even at this slow pace, you're walking with intention to not run. And even walking, you feel like your progression is slowed, as if you're walking through quicksand. And soon after this, debris starts to rain around you, stone, wood, just all coming in your direction until you finally feel the impact of something massive and heavy against the back of your head. And you wake up.
I can imagine she'd probably be like,
It is morning. Ulrich and Tim, it's about time to wake everybody up.
I believe I passed out in Rarissa's bed too, if I remember correct from last
you
session.
would if you were with her, you would probably feel her jerk awake then.
She's just gonna grab her and hug her and just be like, "It's okay, let's go back to sleep."
No, I think I'm good.
Oh. Okay.
Like that, her sister. It is morning, thankfully.
Okay, alright. Are you okay? You kinda jumped up.
I definitely had a nightmare. It was really weird. And there wasn't really sure I was having a nightmare, but nothing was as it should be. I don't know. That was weird.
Are you feeling okay?
Myrna told me to run. Colossal form.
Colossal?
Oh yeah. It was
Way bigger than you saw her before.
That's concerning.
I was back home.
Huh.
I guess it felt like old home, not more everyone.
You're cutting out a bit, Luna.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Quite.
So not like recent home?
Yeah, everyone was angry, telling me that I was gonna. It was you were gonna be the death of the village or ruin of the village. I can't remember what was used.
Levana said, "You will bring death to us all."
That's what it is.
She called you an abomination and a monster.
Yeah, she would just like it, all that basically.
Well, you're not. I think we're the only ones trying to save the village right now. No one else can do what we do. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
but-
know what we can do, but we're doing it.
Concerns me that something would be able to get into my mind enough to do that.
Yeah. You should probably tell the others if you want, if you're okay with that.
Yeah. I also, unlike me going into Jules' dream, it felt like something was preventing me from pulling him in.
Oh. Is Jules still like asleep in the other bed, or?
Yeah, you don't know.
Oh. Wait, what? What do you mean I don't know?
There's one bed in the room you're
I thought
in,
there was.
correct?
I thought we had like two. I don't know what I was thinking.
There's 3 rooms and there's a bed in each.
Oh, just one in each? Okay. Never
Oh.
mind. Sorry, I guess I kicked Jules out of the room.
Jules, you get to sleep on the floor.
Let's go check on the others. I'll make you tea.
As
Yeah.
but oh, go ahead, please.
Oh, she was just gonna say, yeah, I think I want to just make sure Jules is okay for.
Yeah.
You both get up out of the bed and start to head towards the door, and you do in fact find that Jules slept on the floor at the foot of the bed. He's just kind of
Like a
passed
little
out on the
puppy.
bare floor. Even asleep, he doesn't look so good.
Marissa would get down on the ground beside him and give him like a shake and be like, Jules, wake up.
I'm awake. I didn't fall asleep. he just rubs his eyes, and I mean, he was asleep, but it doesn't look like much sleep was had. No roll needed to detect. He did not sleep last night for very long.
She would hug him.
He hugs her back. Sorry, I was asked what's on my shoulder. He hugs you back, and there's a little bit of a weakness to him. Probably from not getting enough rest, but, you know. Are you both all right?
Can't
Can't hear you.
I'm assuming you also had a bad dream.
Yes. Well, no. I didn't want to go back to sleep. I tried at first, and then I just didn't want to deal with that again. I was just trying to stay awake more than anything. So only the dream you know about.
I had one too.
Do you feel all right?
Megan, how are you
Hmm.
feeling?
Exhausted. Absolutely exhausted.
Rena's gonna get up and be like, I'll leave you two. I'll go start some tea. And she'll sneak out and shut the door. Give him privacy.
Do you need to talk about it?
I told Rena about it. I was kind of planning on just kind of gathering everyone and talking about it
Right.
in general.
Right. Okay. That's fine. I understand if you don't want to have to repeat that multiple times, if it's... Right. He sits up and rests his back against the foot of the bed, looking very disheveled and just tired.
Was it
I-
the same as the last one or different?
Oh, if I dreamed, I don't remember it. But I don't know. I imagine I've been thinking about the dream so much that if I were to have another one, it would be the same thing, because I just can't get it out of my head.
Yeah. Let's go get with the others and have some tea.
Yeah. Right. That would be nice.
It would be best to keep our minds off of it.
Yeah. And he uses the bed to push himself up to his feet, dusts his clothes off, straightens them, and heads to the door and opens it for you. Ladies first.
She'd go through the door, but then like reach her hand back for his.
He takes her hand and goes with her. What are the rest of us doing? Ulrich and Tim, you are awake already. Cassidy,
You haven't addressed me yet.
yes. You, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Damn, that roll.
I rolled with my chonk. I didn't roll very high. Getting.
Oh, you're breaking up. You didn't roll very high, what?
I'm just looking for my modification. Oh, good. I rolled a 4, but overall I have a 10. Wisdom saves are my thing.
Okay. You are able to wake up without issue. That wasn't a very high roll, but your initial roll was a natural 20. So
What?
last session, I had everybody roll a wisdom saving throw. When the smoke went through the house, you rolled a natural 20.
So I was resistant to the fuckery.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The point
Pour
is
me out.
that the point is that because of that, I'll accept that 10. You are able to wake up on your own.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get up and scramble to get all my gear lined up and on and head over to the kitchen.
Okay. Ulrich and Tim, you two are together. What are you doing?
Gonna be going around and checking on anyone who's not waking up naturally. We'll get them awake.
Wake up Hope and make my way to the kitchen.
Yeah, Hope wakes up pretty easily. She didn't look like she was dreaming or anything like that. She tossed and turned a little bit, but nothing that seemed out of the ordinary. But she looks at you when you wake her up. A little confusion, morning confusion, if you will. But she rubs her eyes and sits up and just kind of sits there looking at you, waiting for some sort of whatever you're going to do.
Beckon her to the kitchen. I'll also speak it so that she can start getting used to words. Tim's going to start working on teaching her language today.
Okay. Good to know. We will make rolls for that when you do so.
Okay.
Okay, so she looks at you for a minute, then realizes what you're doing and stands up, goes with you towards the kitchen. Ulrich, what are you doing? You can reconvening?
Yeah, I'll join everyone in the kitchen.
Oh, you were checking to see if everybody else was waking up naturally. I apologize. It appears so. The Goliaths, they seem a little grumpy, but they're awake.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Uthal's a little quieter than usual, for who knows why, but Uthal is awake. He woke up on his own. As for the rest of the measure, with the exception of Tim, I would say you don't know yet until you meet with everybody, obviously. So,
Okay.
like
I'll
that
ask-
situation.
Hey, Uthal. How'd you sleep last night?
I had a lot of dreams. I don't like a lot of dreams.
You mean you don't like most dreams, or you don't like having a lot of dreams in one night?
I don't like having a lot of dreams in one night. They frustrate me.
Anything that stood out about these dreams?
They were very violent. I killed many.
And that's not normal?
I still feel tired. As if I actually killed all those creatures and people. I am weary.
Interesting.
Frustrating is the word I was thinking of.
but yes.
Well, maybe we'll keep running off your back today.
Ah, I will be fine. I must eat.
All right. With
He
that,
gives you a slap on the back. Just
didn't like
He-
that.
he's being friendly.
Yeah, he is. I'm happy for him.
Kind of like his way of saying thanks for the concern. Whack.
Yeah. Alaric will give him a thumbs up, and then he'll go inside and rejoin everyone in the kitchen.
All right. Measure, you have convened in the kitchen with with Jules and Hope with you.
Scavenges for the foods.
Does
We've
anyone?
got like Mondo food stores, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not even concerned about asking you
Okay.
about it at this point. At some point I will, but not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want tea?
I'll have one.
I'll have one.
Tim, do you have more tea?
Is like, yes.
I do, and it's already being made.
Oh,
Did you just offer him tea?
yeah.
Oh,
It's a given. No
I just
offense taken here.
I just assumed. It's pretty good.
Thank you. All right. Anyone have any questions about last night? Anything not clear?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Watch your dreams. Apparently, burning the skull was the trigger.
Yeah, I definitely had a not good one. Jules had one once before, but isn't sure if he had one when he fell asleep the second time, but unlike his dream, I couldn't get him to come into mine, so it felt like something was stopping it. It was weird.
You're trying to summon me.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
But the first time you were awake and it worked, and the second time you were asleep and it didn't work. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Perhaps when you're dreaming, you don't have access. It's not real.
Maybe. I was also having a bad dream. And it felt like whatever was giving me that bad dream knew pretty well how to get in my head.
Jules just kind of puts an arm around you.
Well, I think I can gather how Jules is feeling just by looking at him. Anyone
He
else have any
definitely
nightmares?
He definitely has a haunted expression on his face.
Anyone not feel well rested?
Uthal's walking into the kitchen at this time and he raises his hand and then continues on his way. Jules also raises his hand.
But you're feeling okay, Marissa?
Give me. How does one investigate their own well-being?
I don't
You
know.
can't really
You can't really insight yourself.
I think you can.
Wisdom?
con?
I
Wisdom?
think you know what? I think a straight
key-
wisdom.
Yeah, the key to insight is emotional intelligence, I would argue.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I would just roll wisdom then. Whatever your mod is for that.
I have all my fingers and toes. I'm alright.
She always stops me mid-sentence when she starts putting those damn things in her mouth.
I'll roll the Kraken.
Did you
No.
really?
Yeah.
It works.
They like
You-
it when we lick them.
So you don't feel
You lick
Ex-
and the dice provide.
you
Sorry.
don't
Usually.
feel exhausted. something feels off, but you don't know what it is. But you are not exhausted. It's something else. You can't put your finger on it.
The next night that we rest, Barissa, Jules, and Uthal, you are not to take watch. You will be watched. Right now, as far as I can understand, the best way to approach this dream thing, these nightmares, is to wake or rouse the person having them as soon as we notice that they're having them, if we can notice, so that they can go back to sleep and try again. It didn't seem to work too well with Jules, but we all need sleep. We're going to suffer if we don't get proper sleep. If we're in the hut, it's going to be a little bit easier. If we're going to have the house, we should probably all sleep in the same room. If you want to pull the beds out, that's fine. Those who haven't rested well the previous night, I'd say should probably get the beds over other people. Better chances at getting a well rest.
I'm just imagining like pulling the mattresses all into the main room of the house and slapping them somewhere on the floor.
Yeah.
All 12 people of the measure sleeping in the main room.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that different from the
Slay 'em
hut?
out.
Well, that's only 9 people, but no, it's really not.
Were you able to fit beds into the bag of holding?
No,
Damn it.
What's
Mouth
the,
isn't that big.
mouth isn't that big.
I can't think of a way to say this question without getting a retort from you guys.
What are the dimensions of the bag's
Opening.
Yeah,
No.
What's
bag's
that mouth
orifice.
do?
Yeah.
I was messing with
it-
some orifices today.
Oh yeah, which ones? Can you say?
Yeah. Yeah. Combustion orifices.
Sorry, for a second I thought you weren't going to say it. You were just gonna leave it at yes, I can.
Maybe stop before I got to bustion.
Let's see.
Yeah, they're called spuds.
Neat.
A lot of gas furnace work.
Why am I having trouble finding this information? This should just like be right there.
I call it a 6-inch radius.
On the bag of holding?
let's
From
see,
the mouth.
2 feet in diameter.
Oh, 12-inch radius. Impressive.
Mhm.
So if we can roll the beds up.
You cannot roll the beds up into a 2-foot diameter, Sora.
The mattresses?
You can cut them up.
You cut them up and put them in pieces.
And then just
yeah,
mending?
sure. No, because
Like a
mending
log.
only fixes a foot.
No, whatever.
A foot at a time.
Just take all the mattresses and shred them into one big nest. I think Rena would be proficient at nest building for some reason.
She did well for Hope, right?
Yeah?
But let's not do that.
Right.
Let's keep what little luxuries we have in order, all jokes aside.
Rena's gonna walk over and squeeze Marissa real quick. And then just walk over and look at Uthal and be like, "You good, buddy?"
I've always been told that breakfast is the most important part of the day, meal of the day. So we shall see. I will eat. And all will be well.
Huzzah.
Alright.
And he kind of wavers a little bit when he says that. Like his excitement kind of puts him off balance a little, and he just kind of waddles over to wherever there's food and starts to take some onto a plate.
Cheers. I'll sip to that, bro.
I'm sorry,
Wow.
Tim, what was that?
I'm sipping my tea.
Okay.
It's like a morning toast.
Ah.
We
It was-
should all eat, and then we should get going.
Yeah,
There's a lot of ground to
Mhm.
cover.
I'm ready to walk. And I got good sleep last night, so I volunteer for first watch this evening.
Excellent.
Provided I don't get my ass kicked throughout the day.
We'll have to see.
No one high step behind Cassidy. All right.
Uthal, I could try to carry you. I just don't know if it's gonna work out that way.
I think we'd need
No,
Jerry.
no. What?
I think we'd need Jerry.
Yeah, you need Jerry for sure.
We should mention, I don't think Lilius is protecting us anymore.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was just when we were resting or... So just be on guard.
All right, are we all heading out into the wild?
Yes.
Yep, ready to march.
Take
Stepping
all your
out.
things.
Yep, take all your things.
I mean, they
Stepping
just get
out.
shunted out. What's that gonna happen?
You get yeeted in the head with a
Yeah.
teacup.
Beer.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
Uh,
enough.
All,
Tim is purposefully gonna leave the fish that was left in his outdoor wear bag, or his cold weather bag, in a cabinet in the kitchen, just to see what happens.
He found it?
He did.
When the fuck did he find it?
during the long rest
On
last
watch.
night.
Yeah,
With
it's
Ulrich, yeah.
You know.
What the fuck is that smell? Yeah. Yep. All right, well. You all step out of the not so small dollhouse. As soon as everybody has exited, the house starts to shake and then slowly but surely compartmentalize into a very small children's playhouse. And as this happens,
Oh no.
give me a second.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
gonna get hit with the fish.
roll
aren't I?
for it. Roll for
It-
officiative.
It minimizes, and this fish just whoosh, right in the face, Rena. Right in the face.
Rotten fish, might I say?
It was salted. It's not rotten.
No, she caught the fish and slipped it into your bag.
That was- That was the first. I thought you preserved this one.
No, this was just a raw dead fish in your bag.
That's just again. You deserve that.
I didn't do it this time, I swear.
Wow.
Then who put it in there?
I don't know, maybe it was Ulrich.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Desperation.
That you would accuse me of such hijinks, of all people.
Libel and slander.
Hey, after
Indeed.
what happened when we were in Mistletoe, I don't know what you're capable of.
That's... I don't want to talk about mistletoe.
Hmm. I rolled to see who it would hit, and it
Mm,
was you. I didn't just handpick you. I gave you a chance. I rolled for that.
The dice have
I
decided.
rolled for fish.
Rena, are you okay? And he'll kind of fish through his bags until he can find like a
Fish.
Fish through your bag.
Did
I appreciate that, whether it was on purpose or not.
She just kind
I,
of. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say I feel like I can't fucking say anything. Like this whole group just sets landmines of one sort or another that you step on in an everyday conversation.
Like
You
walking
should
on
know
eggshells.
better, Mr. Semantics.
We can't talk about measuring anything.
Nope.
She's just standing there like, oh god.
Here, let me fish through my bags as she suffers from a rotten fish to the face.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so
innocent.
sorry.
I love
Ulrich-
our- Mhm.
Yeah, he'll he looks kind of awkward doing it, but he'll try to kind of help clean her off a little bit, or
Tap, tap.
he'll kind of, pull some of the fish guts.
Yeah.
off of her
Oh.
brow and
That's next
Serena.
level.
I am very sorry this happened to you, but maybe we should be more responsible with the dead fish in our possession going forward.
She's gonna snatch the cloth,
Mhm.
smear it all over her face, and hand it back
Oh
to him.
my god.
Mhm.
My face hurts.
Alaric just whips the cloth to flick all that
Shake it off.
refuse. Yeah, he'll find. I don't know.
Tim will speak up at this point. Say, "Here, let me handle that for you." Prestidigitation.
The cloth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The cloth. Not Rena.
Alaric puts his perfectly clean cloth back into his bags.
I would give you the stink eye, but I think there's one in your hair still.
Oh.
Just
You guys are the worst.
take it out. There you go.
Ew.
Looks like someone forgot a fish in there.
Oh, the truth comes out.
Okay. All right.
She's gonna take her water skin, open it up, just fucking pour it on her face, take her cloak, wipe it off, and then just walk off. Just start walking in a direction.
Okay.
She doesn't look mad. I feel like I need to say she just.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like Ulrich's at least figured out what mad looks like.
Rarissa
For
would know
sure.
too.
Oh yeah.
Someone, anybody, give me a d20 roll, please.
I'm leading.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
teaching.
this is not survival. This is just a straight d20.
Okay, well I rolled a 12.
Okay. Thank you. Noted. All right,
Chicken
now I
is
need
angry.
somebody to give me a survival.
I'll do it.
Chicken is angry.
Fuck.
That is a dirty 20 survival.
Sweet. 1 second.
I don't know if I should pluck the strings of fate, but how's the weather today?
As you set out from the house, you notice that a very dense fog is rolling through the trees. The dirty 20 is enough, though, to where you're able to maintain your course.
Rena's gonna hang back with Rarissa after a little bit of walking.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
So I didn't have a nightmare last night, but I had a dream that made me like really sad.
What kind of dream?
It was so weird. I was like, we were like what 7, 8 when Dad left, right? That was the last time we saw him, and I was chasing him in the fog. I wasn't gonna talk about it. I couldn't catch up to him, you know, like, but I wasn't gonna talk about it. The fog just kind of made me not forget about it. I don't know. I hate it. I hate whatever's in our head right now.
Me too.
While you're walking and having this discussion, Rena, you have moments where you could just swear you see the heels of his feet ahead of you. But you know it's not real. As much as you wish it was. Just on the edge of the fog. So, Ulrich's leading now, right? Or he rolled survival. So you're directing Sora's at the front, or Rena. Ahead, after you get a little past halfway through the day, the sun is starting to burn off the fog. And you're having that moment of that intermingling sun and fog. It's not blinding because it's burned away enough of it to where it's just making really pleasing rays of sunlight. It's kind of nice. And as you're moving through the forest, you notice, you all notice this, as there's no attempt for them to be hidden. There is a gray-skinned individual off to the side with a disheveled head of dirty copper hair. He's got a wide reddish nose, like bovine-like ears. An average yet slightly slouched stature. He looks like he's crouching down, doing with something. He's got a staff propped up against his shoulder. He's just humming idly to himself. This individual is very similar to the one you have named Russ.
But it's not Russ.
It is certainly not.
Alaric's gonna look around to the group and see what kind of reactions we're getting.
Cassidy will just go like this and talk.
And what?
I'll just whisper or like say quietly, I can talk to him if you want. Although I don't know Russ, so you guys might have a bit better
Right. Sorry, I'm distracted by that look on Tim's face. Are you excited, Tim?
It's another one. We've only met Russ. What do I name this one?
How about you ask him his name?
I believe Russ told me that they don't have names, but I can try that. I'm thinking Chuck.
Okay. We've been naming a lot of adults, more than I'm comfortable with, but I suppose we'll see how he feels about it. I don't see any reason why we can't all talk to him.
You gonna approach him, Tim?
Yeah.
Or everyone. What is it? Is it one or all?
You could go, Tim.
Alaric's not going to be far behind Tim at any
Yeah.
rate.
I'll come
I'll-
over, but
I'll
you can go.
gesture for everyone to follow along behind me.
Upon getting closer to this individual, the closer inspection reveals that his arms are rather covered with the same hair that is on his head. This is, again, a feature that you saw similar with that you call Russ. As you approach his attention, he's not looking at you when you see him. He's doing something, but as you get closer, he becomes aware of you and he kind of looks up and he stands up fully. He's quite tall, probably taller than he looks, but he's slouched even standing up. So there is, you're not getting the full height idea. And he just kind of like takes a couple steps back. He has his hands up, like, and he's just looking at both of you. And you could see as he's standing there with this cautious nature, he has these big beetles, 2 of them, that are crawling down his chest. There's another one that's just sitting on his arm. And he's just looking at all of you. He's like stumbling to catch his staff because it almost falls over, and he holds it up to himself.
I'll lay my staff on the ground, put my hands up. We mean you no harm. Hi there. My name is Tim.
Hi,
Do you have a name?
Tim.
no, I don't have a name. We don't have.
Yeah,
How do you?
heard that before.
So how do you refer to each other? How do you get one another's attention?
We speak. What's your name?
Ulrich?
Okay. We speak to each other directly. We're recognized for our achievements, the things we do. But we
Sounds
don't have
pretty
names.
So what should we call you?
How are you referred to?
If you don't give us something, he's gonna call you Chuck.
Actually,
That's fine.
yeah, I'll stick with Chuck. Yeah, I shouldn't go back. That's a pretty solid one.
I don't mean to be rude, but your names don't really mean anything to us, so that's
Oh.
fine if that helps you. It doesn't really bother me. What do you want?
Well, we wanted to say hi.
Huh.
See how you're doing.
Give me a persuasion roll, Tim.
You also just happen to be in the path we're walking.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no,
Not your fault.
it's no
If
one's
anybody's
forest
trying-
but Lilius's. You don't need to apologize for happening to be in the path that we're taking. No big deal.
If anybody's trying to help Tim be persuasive,
You should help.
Okay.
either you can roll with advantage, Tim, so you could roll a second time, or someone could just roll separately from you.
You should roll with advantage.
Okay, I'll gladly take anything. That was a nat 1.
Oh,
Oh, give me that magic.
What?
The dice say, "Fuck you." That's another nat 1.
are you
The
serious?
second nat 1?
If
Yes.
at first you don't succeed, you failed.
JT, I really appreciate the dice, but
Ooh.
They're not doing well for you, huh? Not
Me.
tonight.
maybe they're writing their own story and I'm just along for the ride.
He gives you this like reproachful look, and he finds his footing a little more confidently. Still slouched, but he puts his staff down and he looks at the group of you. Well, I'm not going to stop you. You can keep going.
Thank you.
Cassidy's going to turn to Tim and say, "Can I try?"
Please.
Chuck, I'm Cassidy. I'm the smith from our village. We've just been out here basically looking for allies. We have a big enemy, essentially, that we're facing quite somewhat near to here in a nearby forest. And we've been trying to get any kind of understanding we can or any type of help that we can to protect our forest and adjacent forests. If you don't mind, we could tell you a little bit about our plight and see if there's any knowledge that we each have that could help each other to survive. That's all we want to do.
Okay, go ahead and you can give me a persuasion roll.
Is someone going to help?
I mean,
Gladly.
I would if I can. Can I?
I rolled a nat 1.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Chuck is just not meant to be our ally, guys. Chuck
It-
does not trust us.
Ulrich has already helped. If someone else
Yeah.
wants to help,
Can I help?
no, you have already rolled in that one.
true,
I'll
actually.
give a helping hand.
Okay. Either Rarissa, either you roll or you give Cassidy advantage.
Want to roll again?
God damn, guys.
I don't know.
I mean, I can
Why
lick
don't-
this thing and spit it out and see what it does.
Lick it. We need some Rarissa powers.
So
Yeah.
it's an 18.
Oh.
What was I rolling for?
Persuasion?
To convince Chuck to
So then it's a 20.
Okay, that's great. He seems to be more receptive to you, Cassidy,
He's
as
playing with me now.
Nah, give it to Rarissa. I'm
What?
talking, but he's just making googly eyes at Rarissa or something like that.
whatever Rarissa is doing to support you, he is looking between the two of you and he relaxes a little bit. You can see his shoulders don't tense up as much. The beetles that are crawling around him, they seem to start to get a little agitated for a while there. Their wings opening and shaking a little bit and then closing, but now they've stopped. These are very large beetles, by the way. They're like the size of a baseball almost. Black, or well, one has like a greenish pearlescent sheen to it, the other more of a blue. And they have big horns. Or one of them does. One has a big horn, the other does not. Okay, yeah, you can talk.
Well, thanks. For starters, are you familiar with ironwood?
I'm familiar with trees that are very strong. Is that what you mean?
Possibly. It might be the same thing. I'm gonna try to condense this. We had some naturally occurring problems, like in our village area, like pollen that could control people, and we eventually traced that to a sentient ironwood tree that seemed determined to destroy us and take everything from the forest and consume it all. And whatever happened to this person who became a tree, or tree who became a person, I think it's the first one.
Sounds really bad.
It's really bad. They vowed to consume our village and our forest and the adjacent forests and continue going in that pattern. So here we are. We weren't able to stop the ironwood tree. It was far too powerful for us to fight, for us to even damage. So we've managed to acquire some allies and some more information about the enemy that we faced. But if you have any fighters in this area, or anyone with knowledge of the forests in this area for us to learn from, we would ask for your aid and offer you the loyalty of Greystand Village ever after. Should we survive, that is.
I don't have enough of a position in my tribe to make that decision. I've not heard of a tree, an evil tree. That is not what our prophecies foretell.
Well,
I wonder if your prophecies lack some imagination then.
Our prophecies foretell of a disease that will plague the forest, a black ichor that will kill the trees and suffocate the hedges.
Didn't Katie say something about that?
Yeah, she definitely did. We heard about that one, Chuck. It seems that everything we hear about the future points to us winning. So that's great. But that doesn't mean it's just going to happen. So
Yeah.
if you and your tribe are at all looking to avoid some massive entity consuming the forest and all life within it and everything beyond it, and you're willing to lend a hand however you can, it would be appreciated. We have already spoken to another one of your kind. We've dubbed him Russ. I can go on to maybe give a rough description, but I'm not sure that it would be terribly accurate.
Give me a
But I can
history
roll
check and
history.
see how much you remember.
Gladly, I'll roll history.
Yeah, I know. You're an intelligence.
If these dice don't say no again, you know. It's
not so
better,
much. Yeah.
but not by much. That's a
Yeah.
total of 9.
Okay.
He was.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
He
Please.
was.
No, please.
He was kind of keeping an eye on us in our journey. We only ever really saw him a couple times, maybe. He made himself known, contacted us, but I'll describe where the village is. A few days walk, I guess. What, northwest of here, or are we headed
No,
south? Actually,
west. You're headed west.
headed straight west. Okay,
Yeah.
a few
It's
days
about 7
west of here.
days. It's 7 days out now.
There was most recently, as far as we're aware of the vents near the village, there was a pretty large forest fire. If that might help you figure out who I'm referring to.
They sound familiar. I might know who you're talking about. And if I can see him, I will speak to him.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what else I can do.
Well, we appreciate your consideration. Either way.
And you hear like this little like chittering noise come from the beetle on his shoulder. And he says, Nadina says she's sorry too.
The Beatles have names?
Yeah, I didn't name them. They named themselves.
Do their names make sense to you?
For them. Because
Is that-
they... Huh?
Sorry. I was just thinking that implies that all Beatles have names.
Most of the ones I've met have had names. This is Nadina, and he points to the one that's like halfway down his chest, and this one's Dell. And Dell is the one with the horn coming off of its head. While the measure might not know the proper name, these are both rhinoceros beetles. One's a male, one's a female.
Should have named it Beetle Master, not Chuck. Ugh.
Missed opportunity.
We're still early into this.
Hey, Tim,
Yes.
what do you think of writing up a quick missive to give Chuck to take back to his village,
Okay.
kind of outlining our request and our predicament? That way we don't have to
Sure.
lose time with our travel.
I don't mean to sound rude, but I know that whenever I was a child, not everyone in our village could necessarily read all that well. So I'd like to do a little bit of verification with you here.
Sure. I was just assuming that if we could understand them, that the same would be for writing, but you would know better than myself on education levels.
I don't really know. It's just something I have to consider.
You all are having this conversation right in front of him.
Yeah, it's
And
not
Yeah.
like
and
a
then
No, I know. I'm just verifying he would hear this.
yeah.
and I'll turn to him and ask. I don't mean to sound rude, but can you read? Do you know the written common tongue?
Oh, well, I can't read, but there is someone within my tribe who can read all languages.
Oh, splendid. Well, I'll write it out then. It's an excellent idea. Thank you, Cassidy.
Oh,
Chuck, are you willing to take our missive back to this person? Our request for help?
uh, I can deliver a message.
That's all we can ask.
Luna, are you there?
She has to restart her computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't see she didn't leave Discord, so I wasn't sure if she was still there or not.
That's okay.
All right.
She didn't want to interrupt the flow.
Understood. Leave it to me. But so you're going to transcribe this message or you're going to write this message for them?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to pen down basically what you just briefly summarize to me what the message is. It doesn't have to be anything exact.
Cassidy, do you want to? I don't know what a missive is, actually.
You don't?
Pretty sure it's
Holy,
just a letter.
Holy does not. Not
It's
familiar
just an
with
old
that
word
one
for
term.
letter.
Did I just teach you something?
You did.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's a letter. Written message.
I think it's
Amazing.
from Latin.
I'll
Wonder who taught me that word. Just gonna zone out for a second. Right, let's give a summary of our situation and a request for any knowledge of the area or aid in the form of warriors. So what's going on is we have a sentient ironwood tree bent on consuming and destroying our forest 7 days west of here and all adjacent forests should it be successful. We were completely unable to stand against this creature in combat. It showed great control over individuals, including mind control. So we put the risk and the danger level of this enemy to be maximum.
Yeah.
We have sought the aid of anyone we can. We've got some. But if your people could offer us any knowledge of ironwood trees or perhaps of the beings Grim or Myrna or Grandmother Peggy,
Hold on, I think the audio cut out. I don't know why the audio cut out. Hold on. Yeah, give me a second, I have to literally close out the browser source. Yeah, now might be a good time for break. Okay, un momento. Audio may be back.
Meep meep.
Or maybe in a second. Hold on. Back? Now it might be.
Oh, oh, oh.
Can you hear me now?
How's that?
Audio.
Brr.
Yep, we're good.
Great.
Carry
So
on.
you hand this missive to Chuck. Gingerly folds it, puts it into his tunic, and he takes a couple steps back and turns. And as soon as he passes the tree line, it's as if he turns invisible, so quickly disappearing from your vision. And as you all begin to continue on your way, Jules walks up to Cassidy and puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, "You shouldn't be so hard on yourself." And as you turn to look at him, Cassidy, you don't know who this is, and we're going to go to break.
Damn. All right.
Oversight noted.
All right. BRB.
What was that? What was that, Sora? We can't hear you. Well, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, we're back. What happened?
Mhm.
Break. It always goes too quickly.
It does. I'm on the wrong microphone.
I was about to say.
Are you
We're
on mine?
back.
What?
Were you on mine?
No, I was on my headset,
Hmm.
which is far less quality. How's everybody doing out there in Chatland today? Everybody doing well, I hope. Gonna give this a few more minutes while we wait to see if.
Blade.
Or I shouldn't say if. Why did I say if? See, while we wait for Yurko to get back.
If.
Hi, Deeth. Hello, friend. It you. Why? I hope you all are having a lovely night.
I'm itchy.
I bet. I gotta say, I appreciate and respect the fact that Sora said she was gonna do something like this and fucking stuck to her guns. Nobody pressured her to do this. This was her idea. I appreciate it.
That's some devotion, some guts
Yes.
right there. Gumption.
Gumption.
I did the thing.
You did. You did.
Hi.
Hey, there he is.
Sorry. Time is not real, and I struggle with that. So
Time is
that's
a
my
soup.
bad. Yeah.
That's true. If only we could convince time of that.
Hmm.
Anyone wants a pizza?
Yes.
Yes.
I got Blaze pizza
Squish it
today.
into your webcam.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, ooh.
Kiss it.
The fuck?
Kiss the pizza.
Maybe next time.
Like a noble prince I am. Kiss my pizza. To show thy fealty.
So, before we get back into it, I do want to point out, just announce to those watching that let me pull up the calendar. In 3 weeks on Tuesday, we will all be together in the same room on stream.
Yes.
Playing an in-person session. I almost said in character. Every
In-
night's in character.
In character. Well, we're not
In
always
person
in
in
character.
character. Well, you know what I mean.
I'm extremely excited.
I am too. I don't know just how it's going to get set up yet, but I know that we will figure it out. And I'm just so stoked. I've been trying to prepare, and I've been painting minis of the measure for the occasion.
Hell
We
yeah.
have a little Cassidy here. I know it's not really going to focus that well, and I apologize, but you get the general idea. Not everybody's done, but they're getting there. I have a little Rarissa here. She's a little hard to see, but she is mostly done. You could tell from the blue and the white. Let's see, we have Rena.
Showing off all the minis.
Yeah. Well,
Everyone
there,
can
it's
Never mind. I'm gonna keep that comment to myself.
probably for the best.
Yeah.
We got Ulrich. Which,
Yo,
yeah, it's your boy.
look at
Yeah.
him go.
Ulrich looks pretty heroic, say.
He does. And
Thank you.
Tim, still working on Tim, but he's here too. Him in his cape.
Sorry, the different base messed you up so much.
Oh, it's definitely bigger compared to the others.
Giggity.
Yeah, I might have
But,
altered it.
It's fine. It's fine. We just have to make sure we keep track of where you belong on the board.
Maybe someday we should do an in-character session where we gather together and we play a one-shot and we roleplay as our characters playing the one-shot, playing different characters.
Oh, that sounds hilarious.
So I'll be Ulrich in character the entire time, and I'll play Ulrich, and he'll play like a lawful good paladin or something, and he'll hate every minute.
That
How
sounds
about
like
that?
something Ulrich would do.
We'll
Yeah.
have to. We will have to dress up during that session just for the
Yes.
immersion, of course.
They
Yes.
did They did something like that with the Avengers, didn't they? They had them play tabletop.
Maybe?
I think that was a Twitter meme.
Hmm.
Was it a Twitter
Unless they
meme?
did it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
My mind is just blurring all the lines.
So you all want Ricky to be your DM then?
Yes.
Ricky is the only one. Ricky would fucking invent D&D at Grey Stand and then rope everyone else into playing it.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, come on, I got this new game for you. Yeah. Like,
I was really bored yesterday. You're supposed to be working. Yeah, I was really bored yesterday, and I just came up with this idea. It seems Dith approves of this idea.
Ricky does have the personality, like he might be the guy.
Mm.
the guy.
The
The guy.
The
Gary
hero
Gygax.
of... Yeah. I
The
thought you
hero
meant
of
the guy,
Belgium.
the mythical
Elijah
hero
Wood.
of Spy Kids 3.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Played by Elijah Wood.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dog!
Yeah, the guy who
I don't
then
know that guy, but
dies
He just
in the
wasn't the
next
guy.
fucking
I don't know
minute.
if Ricky measures up to that guy.
Hey,
Hey, he's lived longer than him, so yeah, he does.
but you know what? Let's not forget the moral of Spy Kids
Kitty.
3D.
Yeah.
Is that the guy is the friends we made along the way.
I'm sorry, there are several morals to Spy Kids 3.
What, we're gonna have a
Alright.
Spy Kids watch party in the Discord server.
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't trust
Hey.
Antonio Banderas.
I know none of these references. But anyway, it's
Trust
fine.
Steve Buscemi.
Always trust Steve Buscemi.
Mhm.
He was a
The
firefighter.
fucking rawest line.
He's a firefighter.
Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
I
Wow.
That's a
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi line.
That is from Spy Kids 2.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I'm clearly
delivered
missing
by
out
Steve
now.
Buscemi. Fuck, man, like that hit hard when I was like fucking 9 years old.
Does everyone remember Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah.
Fuck yes,
Sadly,
dude.
yes.
And how
I had a
George
massive crush on Lava Girl.
and how George Lopez was the villain. I just
Yes. Yes, Mr.
Electric.
Mr. Electric, yeah, Mr. Electricidad.
God, that fucking movie was cringe.
Yeah,
Holy
it was
shit.
bad.
I never saw any of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
well,
Were they all the same universe? Because they all looked about the same quality.
no,
Might as well have been,
I don't think
but
so.
no.
Same
Huh.
time period they released. So
Hmm.
Hey, are we playing D&D?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, no, we're coming back to it now.
Getting back
So
to it.
Later.
It's okay. I was just wondering.
yeah,
I'm
Can I throw
the
in
queen of derailing, so
one last thing?
if it pleases the court.
Did you guys hear they made a sequel to Spy Kids with the same actor? No, of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. No, it was not the same actors. Shark Boy and Lava Girl as adults. They made a sequel
really?
where they're like adults now,
I was gonna say
and they have like a kid or something. I didn't see it, but like, fuck, dude, why'd they do that?
I was gonna say there's no way Taylor Lautner would have gone back and done that. No.
I don't know.
We should throw Robert Pattinson in.
I would if I were him.
He talks so
Anyway.
much shit about that movie. Anyway, yeah.
Robert
Huh.
Pattinson doesn't need another role he hates, okay? Give him a
Mhm.
break.
Yeah, you're right. He deserves some respect. He's
I would
Gee,
fucking
like that guy.
kill to see Robert Pattinson portray Shark Boy. I'd love that.
So
pale enough.
before we went on break,
Let's just make the rest of the session chat.
no,
All in favor?
you just dropped your missive off or handed a missive off to who you have now named Chuck, a furbolg who you stumbled upon in the woods. And in an attempt to comfort or reassure, Jules places a hand on Cassidy and tells her not to be so hard on herself. And Cassidy, as you look at Jules, you don't know who this is. You don't know who this person is that's talking to you and touching you right now.
Is Jules a human, an elf?
Elf.
Trying to think of the name.
Hmm?
I was trying to think of the name of the town we were in.
Saxondale?
Yeah, that one. And also Saxondale. Hello. What did you come from Saxondale or Mistletoe? I don't believe we've met.
He looks offended. I was just trying to be supportive. I'm sorry. And he just kind of takes a couple of steps back. And
I don't know where you who you are.
Anybody? I'm
Can I
sorry.
ask, as a point of order, we all are pretty close to each other. We'd see this happening.
Yeah. Like Jules is looking at the rest of you at this point, like,
Do the rest of us recognize Jules?
Cassidy, it's Jules.
Jewel.
He used to be a rock.
What? What do you
Wait.
mean?
Are you okay, Cassidy?
I have never met Jules.
That's just not true.
Nobody introduced me to him. When did he join? What?
He's been with
He
us
was-
since Mistletoe.
He's been with us since long before that. He was in Rarissa's necklace.
That's true, but he
Oh
wasn't
yeah, I
out
know
here.
him from the necklace.
no, you do not have any memory at all of this person.
I don't.
Zero.
I don't remember him from the necklace.
You've never heard his name before. You don't know anything about him. It's as if he never existed to you.
Oh,
Damn.
okay.
DM
I
level
didn't know any of
gaslighting.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sorry. I apologize. I should have been more clear on that fact.
Do you know
I'm
how many
very
times
sorry.
I gaslit my players running Delta Green?
That's
It's just
fucking
part of the game.
rude.
Yeah.
No, I should have been more clear on that, and I apologize.
Hold on, I want to address this. You're telling me you gaslight people who come together on a weekly basis who have lives outside of your game, and you gaslight them?
Just to
When
punish them
people
for
have-
not taking enough notes using
That's
their godly
Delta
DM
Green.
powers.
When people
That
don't
is
That's
have
Delta
Delta
Green,
Green.
baby.
perfect
It
fucking
really is.
memories? That's all right.
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna make a mental note that I hopefully won't forget to not ever play Delta Green. Thank you.
It's a very unforgiving
So-
game. But anyway,
I have a question here. Is this is this happening because for some strange reason in characterly nobody's ever mentioned Jules in front of Cassidy before, or is this happening because he was wiped from my mind? Because I didn't realize he had joined the party since Mistletoe. I thought that's what that was. That he was like unnamed NPC in the background that I didn't realize was Jules walking around because I was asleep that day.
so you have never heard of, you have never seen, you have absolutely zero memory at all of this individual. It is like they have just appeared suddenly.
You have definitely interacted with Jules in the past, but now it's like you can't remember him.
You cannot. Not even saying the one in Rarissa's memory triggers anything. It's
Because, like, I'm pretty confident we've introduced you to Jules.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, well,
Mhm.
well, good, because DM wasn't being forthcoming on that front. No, guys, I'm not trying to be rude here. I genuinely don't know what's going on. I don't know who Jules is.
He's
I'm sorry.
he's been with us physically for what, 4 or 5 days now? 6 maybe? I don't know. And
We've been traveling a long time with him.
we've talked about him a lot.
We've
I
had
called
meals
you a
with him.
boulder the other day. And
And I believe it
still-
upset you.
Yes, I still apologize for that. Again, I wasn't trying to offend.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Are you
Sarcasm, not good.
feeling okay, Cassidy?
Fine. I didn't have any
Here.
nightmares last night, so I thought that it was
Tim,
fair.
could you check for some kind of magic?
Yeah, gonna get to that. Please sit down. There's this nice log right here.
Okay. I'm just gonna
Um,
go over and sit.
I'm gonna do first detect magic, and just take a real good look at her. Other than that, maybe a sort of arcana roll. See if I can't figure out what's going on with her memory.
Okay. I don't know why that startles me every time.
So we don't use it.
Yeah.
Not often.
And you're examining her,
Yeah. I didn't
You?
see her take any hits, so I'm assuming this is some sort of magical influence.
you sense nothing. Your detect magic does not pick anything up off Cassidy. She just seems like Cassidy. Do you have any magical items? Oh, I mean, like the bag, her bag of holding gives off some sort of aura because it's a bag of holding. But other than that, nothing's given off a reading to you.
I wonder if this is some sort of effect of Lilius's forest that we've been protected from since. I'm gonna have to take a lot more notes down. Wonder
Well-
what I've forgotten.
If I've forgotten Jules, who is at risk and how much are we at risk of losing? I mean, if we forget, each of us forgets too much.
Well,
This
I write
mission-
down what's generally happened for each day. I'll pass you the book. You can read over it. Maybe something will jog your memory. And at least you can kind of, sad to say, make yourself more familiar with your own experiences.
Okay, and you guys are sure you're not just playing a big elaborate prank on me to make me feel
This would be too
Something.
cruel. I like pranks, but this goes too far.
I'm
Cassidy,
sorry
maybe
for
you
saying.
It's okay. I wish it was a prank.
Cassidy, flip through Tim's notes and see if there's anything else you don't remember that does not involve Jules.
Okay,
Because
valid. So
I don't
are
know
we gonna
much. I don't know much about witch magic, but it's possible that this isn't something wrong with you. Could be something wrong with Jules.
Oh, brilliant. I'm going to look at Jules now. He had the nightmare.
Can we all
Good
see?
note, Ulrich.
I know you said like Jules is still there for us. I know you already said it previously. I'm just making sure. Like we can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. No problems. Okay.
Wait, what was this? Run that by me again. What was the question,
My
Rena?
my brain just completely. I just had a stroke. It's the chicken costume. It's literally making me stupid.
strong?
We all still recognize Jules. The rest of us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do. Tim observing Jules, and now you notice Rarissa too. Both of them have some sort of enchantment aura on them.
Oh, yeah.
What's the word, Tim?
Ruh-roh.
Got many ways to cast magic, but I don't have any method for dispelling it.
That feels like an oversight.
Well, if I could just summon spells to my knowledge in my brain, then that would be fantastic. But I can't. I'm a little limited. No one helping me. To give you a bit of a stink eye. Okay. All right. So you're right, Ulrich. It's not Cassidy. It's Jules. And it's also Rarissa. It seems that whatever dreams that you suffered through laid some sort of enchantment on you. Whoever was able to invade your minds was also able to place some sort of effect on you.
Great.
Jules holds your hand, Rarissa, gives it a squeeze.
Well, I suppose it goes without saying, if they're at risk of being forgotten, that maybe we should make extra notes to outline this problem in case it spreads.
I really hope it doesn't happen to Ulrich.
I do too. Maybe it was just a result of the necklace and the enchantment that was holding. Oh, I wouldn't know any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But most presently, it was the dreams that they've both had. Okay.
Rarissa, while they're having this conversation, you, and only you, get this feeling like something's behind you. And it's really, really eating at you. Looking over your shoulder, you see and notice what almost looks like a distortion in the air. And it just seems to be looming near and over your shoulder. It's not doing anything, but it's there. You could feel its presence. It's almost haunting.
She would look over her shoulder, and just kind of like. Jules, do you feel anything?
A little upset, a little hurt, but otherwise I'm all right. It's not Cassidy's fault. It's whatever is messing with our heads, I suppose.
I mean, you don't feel like something's behind you, do you?
No. He puts his hand on your shoulder. Nothing's behind you. You're fine. He gets his arm around your shoulder kind of protectively. He's looking behind you, but
Would it be there every time I look around? Like
Mhm.
an illusion?
It's like a distortion in the air. Think like I don't know if you've seen the Predator movies when they stealth. Like think of something like that.
Kinda. Feel and see something, but can't really see it.
Well, stay close to the group. I don't see anything, but just don't wander. Don't go off alone. Perhaps.
She would pull out one of her daggers and try to throw it at the distortion
Passes
to see what
through.
would happen.
There's like you see kind of like a ripple where the dagger goes, but nothing.
Can I ask
Yes.
a question? I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah. You're fine.
In Marissa's dream, she grabbed her like daggers off the table. Were they like additional daggers? Were they special daggers? And does she have said daggers? I was just curious.
Whatever daggers that she brought with her when she left is what she has. She doesn't have anything additional
Okay.
or anything of that
Not that
nature.
that's my business, but you know.
I mean, nobody asked the question, so you know, it's not a bad thing to ask.
If stuff starts materializing from the dreams, it's kind of a problem, so
That's true.
Just kind of like after she threw the dagger, be like, well, that didn't hit anything.
Right. Maybe we should just continue walking, and hopefully this will all pass in short time.
What were you aiming for?
I don't know. It's hard to explain. I see something, but I don't see something. And it feels like there's something there.
Okay.
We have lost a lot of time.
You do still have half the day ahead of you to travel, if that's what you're going to spend it doing.
Have we not been doing that?
Well, I assumed you were all standing around and talking, but if you would have been moving, that's fine.
I mean, yeah. Some
Okay.
conversations happen in real time, even if we stop
Sure.
to talk to Chuck. I mean,
Okay.
we're looking at maybe losing an hour.
Well, you still have time to travel. So, but if all this would be going on and you guys would be talking, that's fine. Someone give me a survival roll other than Ulrich, because he rolled first.
I can.
Okay.
Fucking do it!
14.
Okay. A normal day's travel as you continue through the forest in a westernly direction. The fog completely dissipated by the time night falls. Cassidy, I'm going to say that everybody would be able to pick up on this, and while it doesn't hinder your travel to a great degree, it does feel like it slows things down every now and then. You all would start to notice that every time Cassidy loses sight of Jules, she forgets who he is all over again. Only Cassidy. And Marissa, that feeling continues for the remainder of the day, even into the night as you set up for camp. Something's just following you. But it is nighttime now. You've made a reasonable amount of movement. Let me see something real quick. So, this is what we'll do. I want 2 more people, nobody that's already rolled, to roll survival for me. We will say that this night goes without event. Who are my 2 people?
I'm
Oh, can't hear you.
I'm rolling. I'm just getting my bonus.
Okay.
I rolled as well.
Okay. Cassidy, you first.
19.
All right, Tim, what do you got?
15.
Not bad, not bad. I will say that each of your rolls represents a day's travel. So 2 more days pass. Cassidy, you continue to not know this individual who is continuously introduced to you. To that point, Jules just writes his name on a piece of parchment he gets from Tim and hangs it on his shirt however he can, because he
Jules.
doesn't know what else to do.
I think it might be a good idea, and Ulrich would suggest this. If we get a paper and we write a short paragraph explaining to Cassidy that Jules is with us and he's a friend, but she keeps forgetting him, and Cassidy can just carry that with her. And every time she says, "Who's this guy?" one of us can point to the paper.
Look in your pocket.
Yeah.
Best magic trick ever.
So it's like 51st dates, but not romantic.
Mm.
Yeah.
That movie was kind of weird.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little.
I enjoyed
Maybe
it.
uncomfortable when I watched it as an adult.
Understandable, honestly. But anyway.
I did like the one line. You can do it. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fishnets. That was something.
Yeah, yeah. That was funny.
I like Reese's.
I really just don't care for Drew Barrymore.
Jesus. Don't care for what?
Drew Barrymore.
Oh. As the day starts, it is raining. It's not a thunderstorm. Nobody panic. But it is raining.
I don't want fried chicken.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd love some fried chicken right now.
There's our rain. I don't know how I forget about this ambient sound. Anyway. It's raining as you set out from Tim's tiny hut or Rena's dollhouse, whichever one you're leaving. I would like everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw. This is kind of retroactive since you just traveled a couple of days. We skipped time for the sake of, well, boring the shit out of each other with me making you do, many, many days of travel.
Day after day.
So we'll just do one roll to represent the sleeping and the wisdom saves I would have had you done. Would have had you do. Has everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. Cassidy.
21.
Ulrich.
Dirty 20.
Marissa.
7.
Rena.
Natural 1.
Ooh. Tim.
I got an 11.
11. Okay.
11 hurts.
Yeah. Especially when I rolled a 6.
Rena.
Thank you.
I tried. I didn't want to stay up.
You
That's what the sleep was for.
you have a point of exhaustion.
Fuck me. Okay.
More dreams of chasing after someone. Honestly, if you caught up to him, you're not even sure if you know what his face would really look like. Running through fog and rain.
Sorry.
And this is a dream that's become repetitive. It's frustrating in a way. And the last one is you're chasing after him. You're not stopped by distance, but by water. The rain coming down around you, heavier and heavier, to the point where you slip and fall into just a little valley that just goes down below the rest of the forest, like you're in a pit almost, but it's very large. and he's already on the other side at the top of the elevation, and you're rushing to get to him, and in some unrealistic fashion, even unrealistic for Gatia, this decline that you've slipped into fills up with water so quickly, and you're a child without the strength of an adult. Much like in every other dream, you've been a small child chasing your father, and the water takes you. And you wake up as the light of the sun or the light of the day vanishes from your eyes above the water. And even inside Tim's hut, you are soaking wet from head to toe, like you just got plunged into a river and pulled out. Maybe it doesn't phase you at first because it's raining outside.
Right.
So it's like, oh, it's coming down pretty heavy, I guess.
Rena just kind of sits up and looks like a combination of really angry and really upset at the same time. Probably like a child getting super frustrated because they can't like understand what's going
Rest.
on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said this is about dawn?
Hmm?
You said this
This
is
is
about
as you're waking
dawn?
up, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is as you're waking up.
Well, Ulrich's either was on watch or he's waking up. He's gonna see Rena like this. Hey. Rena, are you alright?
Did Tim put the hut down?
No, Rena, you're soaking wet. He'll kind of put a hand on her arm and like feel her sleeve. Like,
Mm-hmm. It's water. She is wet.
did you have a dream?
Yeah, yeah, I fell into like this like river type of thing, and I got swept away, and I woke up. I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, how do you feel? Are you injured or?
Emotionally.
Right. I'm not as good with those, and he'll move his hand down and he'll take her hand in his. But talk if you need to.
I think I need a bit. I just need a bit.
Okay.
She's just gonna. We can freely walk out of the hut. I know we've discussed this like 15 times, but I never know the answer to it. Yes. Okay. She's just gonna kind of shake her head and stand up and go walk out of the hut into the rain further. Just kind of start pacing around. So.
This is
Okay.
getting really bad.
Are you saying that to someone in particular or to the room?
Just we're all in the hut. Everyone can hear. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do but conclude this fight.
But this isn't Mirna necessarily. This is Morgana.
Yeah. Or Grandma Peggy. Doesn't matter. They're all tied together, and in the end, we're gonna have to take them all down. Somehow, someway.
We're not going to be able to deal with Mirna if this is weighing us down the whole way.
No. And I'm thinking that's what she's betting on. Clearly, we're a threat.
So if she's the source and she's cast magic on, where is she?
I don't know. Could be anywhere, right? The way that Lilius was talking about her. Could be in our heads.
Well, does she casts her magic? Casts it from. If she's on our plane, is she following us? Or if she's powerful enough to follow us from maybe Arcadia? How do we fight that?
Well, do you remember the orbs that we'd found?
Yeah.
How they could view from greater distances? Thinking she might have some sort of magic like that. And maybe whenever we burned the head, met the requirements. Whatever spell she's using. I don't know how we fight it. I think we're going to need help from the green ladies. Probably have to end up actually going to Arcadia.
Do you think you could cast magic on Greystan through the orb?
No.
Tim?
No, I don't. But I'm not the one who made the orbs.
But maybe she could.
And I'm sure that she's got more powerful magic than I do. It seems that
Green.
she's one that derives her magic from nature itself. I'm not of that type.
Kreen could sing. I don't know if she could sing through the orbs or if she could just sing far enough and she could watch through the orbs, but she was nowhere near any of the places where her song was affecting people. Peggy could be anyone.
You know what? Let's try it, actually. Hand me that Greystan orb. Actually, hand me the Myrna orb.
Alright, here's Myrna.
I'm gonna stand back a good ways away from the group. This might hurt me. And I'm gonna try and cast Chromatic Orb through the orb.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Sure. Do what you gotta do.
So you are. What are you doing with the orb? Are you holding it? Like, explain to me how you're doing this.
Okay. Well, let's go over the actual spell for both of our sake. Let's see. It's range of 90 feet. It says you can hurl it. I guess I'd probably put my hand to the orb while looking through it and just try to push magic through it. The actual orb. Shoot it down.
Okay.
Into
Give me.
that area.
All right. Roll me a d20 with your spellcasting modifier, and we'll see if you can find a way to do what you're trying to do.
That is a 13.
You have, with your hand on the orb, looking into it, attempting to cast chromatic orb through the orb. What element were you using?
Thunder.
You cast it and you feel the vibrations and the pressure under your hand, and it just shakes the orb to the point where it probably pops out of your grip. Doesn't go far, but nothing.
No result. Gotcha. I'll give it back to Cassidy. Might be possible, but it looks like there's a knack for it. I haven't figured out yet.
So,
Can't hear you. Hold on, she was saying something. We couldn't hear you.
I was just trying to think of a way that we could figure them out, find them, catch them, in order to defend ourselves, because of that, as of right now, it seems like we're just sitting duck.
Feels like we're stumbling around in the dark.
And
Oh, I heard it on stream.
go ahead, Ulrich.
so we know that Kreen, it seems like, was not using the orbs to reach her targets. She just had to know her targets, and that was enough. So, that's not good for us. Kreen came from Arcadia. She's probably using similar magic. Or maybe, I mean, I don't know. None of us really know, is the problem.
You just brought up a good point.
Mhm.
If Kreen was casting with her own ability, not using the power of the orb's oversight, Kreen told us she'd be willing to help us again if found in Arcadia, did she not?
Something like that.
If we had to, if this information becomes necessary for us to have, we could maybe try to find her. She can tell us how this magic is cast remotely, and we'd have maybe a chance of knowing how Peggy finds us.
I have been fighting tooth and nail to avoid going to Arcadia.
Why?
Because it's the chaos dimension of Fae and whatever else. Like, but it seems like that's where we're going eventually.
I don't know. There seems to be enough chaos here.
Fair enough. But it's a chaos that I've grown up with and that I understand better than Arcadia.
So do we continue our plight to take on Myrna, or are we gonna retack and try to find Peggy and stop all of this manipulation?
Well, there's no way to find Peggy that we can think of without the help of a Fae. And there's no way to reach the Fae except to stumble upon them. So,
It's a big risk.
I mean, probably still could call for Lilius.
it's true.
Say her name 3 times in the day, and by the evening she'll contact us if we're still in her section.
That's right.
I'm not sure exactly where the boundary is, but I did request that she send us a signal whenever we leave. So,
Is
turned out to be
Brenna
pretty good. Well done, Tim.
is Brenna just standing out there in the rain?
She was pacing for a bit and then is going to sit down and summon her echo and angrily stare at it.
Okay. everyone else having this conversation with Ulrich can see that he is half focusing on Remy. He's clearly worried. No insight needed.
Roll me a D100, Sora.
I never get anywhere with these. Hold on.
I should have been prepared.
You are not prepared.
Oh.
Would you believe
That's
it rolled it
cool.
on 100?
Cool.
Yeah. I
Yeah?
mean, how many nat ones have we rolled together this session?
100?
I mean, that one is a lot more likely than a 100.
That's true, but 3 of them? Come on. In pretty short
Okay, yeah, fair
succession?
point.
2 of them back to back?
Well,
Actually,
noted.
mine was right after yours too.
I'm gonna find out how likely that is.
I'm happy for you that you rolled a 100.
I've never rolled a
Noted.
100. Also, probability math is some bullshit.
I've taken this roll into consideration.
3d20.
If there is a result, it is not immediate.
3d20s all getting a 1 result is a 0.01% chance. That's fun.
Angry chicken. That 100 deserves something.
Yeah, it does.
You get a nice feather. It's from a peacock, a bird we're not familiar with.
Yeah, falls out of the sky.
Nice.
Yeah, she's just sitting there staring angrily up at the silhouette of her dad.
Put it in your hat and call it macaroni.
Marissa would probably go over there eventually if she just sees her sister sitting out in the rain staring up at the echo of their dad. Kind of like plop down beside her. More dreams?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm tired of having the same dream over and over.
Yeah. Well, sure, especially when it involves him.
Yeah. I just want to know if he's okay. And if he cares. Because right now I don't think he does. And I really want it to be different.
I've wondered if he cared for a long time. But I didn't know he'd traveled so far either.
Or how old he was.
Or how old he was.
The way Mom talked about him, she cared about him so much, and she still does, and part of me just wants to see him come home for her. I don't know.
Wish I could say more, but I'm kind of left in the dark with this as well.
Yeah. If he still is around and we see him again, I'm punching him in the face. You could tell Rena's like getting a little like teary-eyed, even with the rain, like she's getting really frustrated, so
I guess you'll have two blue cheeks. Bluer cheeks, darker blue cheeks.
purple maybe.
Purple.
I don't know.
I'll get him from one side
Purple
and
when
you
you
can get him from the
bruise.
other.
Yes. I'm assuming there's no reaction from the echo whatsoever.
No.
Okay.
The rain distorts it a bit. It's weird. You've never summoned him in the rain.
I haven't?
Pretty sure you haven't.
Okay.
Well, your travel may conclude, or, yeah,
Continue?
continue. Yeah.
Resume.
Resume. Words, English, what does it mean? Anyway. May continue. Your travel may continue. Someone roll me a d20. Just a straight d20, please.
Run it.
Yeah.
I will. What?
Oh,
I'm doing it.
I'm bowing out.
Luna, are you doing it?
I was doing it.
All right, do it. You do it.
I'm dismissing my echo as we continue travel, as I feel that needs to be said.
okay.
17.
17.
Wow.
Okay.
You got a lucky mouth.
Wow.
Uh,
Just wow.
Oh my god. I'm sure our fans thank you very much.
Okay, so with that in mind, I now need someone to give me the first survival roll of this day.
are we back around? Can I give it?
I think Rarissa still has to do one.
Rarissa hasn't done a survival roll yet, so let's let her do it.
Listen, I don't want to, but I am the ranger. I just feel like,
Uh-huh.
Lick it, Luna.
I want to jump on it.
She
You
did.
spit it out.
What, yeah. What
You
did you,
guys-
never mind. Just, what did you roll?
I need an
21
adult.
total.
21 total. Wow. Okay.
This
Let me
likes
Yeah, does it?
the other one gave me the bad roll, so it's in timeout.
Understood. The day, it rains, continues to rain. And as you make your way through the day, you come to a spot where there's a waterfall pouring down into a shallow river. And sitting at the base of this waterfall, you see what just looks like this old, solemn earth elemental. This being made of rock boulders, just sitting at the base of this waterfall and providing just a bit of coverage with his craggy form and little pools of water forming in the dips and concaves of his body in certain places. And it seems that a number of little birds have taken shelter in parts of his body where he shields them from the rain. And they're pecking at the water in the little that's gathered or bathing themselves in it. And he's just sitting there. You can see that it has little patches of moss growing on him in certain areas. He just sits there, calm.
Okay, what do we do?
I'm gonna look to Cassidy.
That is amazing. Can we tell just by looking at it that it's an earth elemental, you said?
Oh yes, yes. It's made of boulder mostly, just lots of rocks.
Um,
Any slight movement it makes, you just hear the grinding of stone.
He looks pretty calm. Should I try it, Tim?
Whatever you decide to do, Cassidy, we've got your back.
I'm just gonna nod and start to slowly walk forward.
Mhm.
And I'm going to attempt to speak to him in, is it called Terran?
Yes.
Primordial Terran, and just say, hello, my name is Cassidy. Who are you?
It sits there, motionless for a moment, and you actually notice that on this creature it has what appear to be eyes, little pebbles in the recesses of what you assume is its head, and they turn and it looks to you, and it replies to you in Terran. It's
Craig. What is your role here, Craig?
And you notice that you are close to him, and the birds that have been hiding or bathing in the water that's collected on him, they show no reaction to you.
Really?
They are content. They clearly feel safe with him.
Craig, there's something coming that may disturb the peace of the forest, if not here, to the west of here.
A storm come.
We've been gathering allies to try to stop the ones who are attempting to consume the forest, Craig. We're almost home. Do you know what's coming?
He very slowly shakes his head no with a grinding of stone as he does so.
The peace will be disturbed, but if we survive, hopefully peace will be in our future again.
He just repeats, peace.
I'm gonna look back at Tim and the group and say, should I ask him for help? I'm not sure.
Couldn't hurt to ask, but I don't think our chances of receiving aid from this kind is very high. Here. And Tim will actually take out the earthen gemstone that contains the earth elemental in for summoning. If you think it might be something worthwhile, you could use this as a bargaining chip. Offering, rather.
And what does this stone do?
We can summon an earth elemental with this stone. Been holding on to it should I ever see the need. This could be an opportunity as well.
I'm not sure if he would appreciate being bargained with, but I could try to
Then you could
offer
just,
it to him.
yeah, you could just give it to him as an offering if you think that might be worth something to him. I'm not terribly familiar with most elementals. Never had too much opportunity to interact with them in a peaceful manner.
It's worth trying to find help where we can get it, I suppose. Hate to look back and say we never asked.
Sure.
Alright. Craig. There are many battles coming. Our enemy wishes to consume the forest and beyond. Would you lend your aid, any aid you may have, to help us? And I'm gonna hold out the summoning stone and show him and kind of like gesture to him that it's for him, and tell him that it holds an earth elemental that would be at home with him, more so than us.
Give me a persuasion roll, and I'll let you do with an advantage, actually.
I'm appealing to his sense of justice and balance. Oof. $17.
He reaches out. It's a slow motion because he's clearly very large and very heavy. But he raises a hand out, 3 large rocky digits and what equates to a palm out to you when you hold up this stone.
Cassidy's just going to hand him the summoning stone, place it on his hand, and just patiently wait for his answer.
He takes it and he's got it in both hands. And you see the little rocks that he uses as eyes, searching the stone. And he takes it and he just presses it to his head. And he just sits there for a moment, and vines start to extend from his arms up his hands, and they embrace the stone, and he takes it away from his head, and it is now encased in these vines, and it has a sort of vibrance to it, like this warm glow is coming out, peeking out through whatever cracks in between the vines. And he holds it back out to you.
I take it and await his explanation.
He resumes his neutral sitting position, no longer looking at you, and he speaks. He says, "Bring."
Bring what?
Peace.
Peace.
We'll do our best, Craig. I'm going to delicately hold the summoning stone in its altered form and bring it back to Tim for assessment and for holding.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt, but did you just straight up call him Craig? Did anyone else
Crag.
do that?
Craig.
Crag.
I know that's what his.
Craig.
I thought Craig immediately, and then
Craig.
I was like, how long? How long until
You got
someone gets
brochures,
sick?
bro.
Craig.
We're starting a war.
Oh my god.
It's a big fight.
My accent may have slipped a little, but not as bad as Tim.
As your journey continues on from this location, the rain's not letting up. The rain's getting heavier, more fearsome. The forest around you is starting to react. The trees shaking in the wind that's starting to kick up. The water just coming down heavier and heavier. And the familiar rumbling noise is coming down from all around you. And I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw.
E-
What is it? Ready when you are.
Yep. Sorry, 1 second. That didn't
Oh,
work. There we go.
That's much better. Thank you. Finally.
All right. Cassidy,
18.
Ulrich,
15.
Rarissa,
17.
Rena,
7.
Tim.
17.
Okay. Give me a moment. I have to do a couple other rolls real quick.
How many times are you gonna salute this session?
I
How many
don't
times
know.
do you think you can? How many more salutes do you think you can get in before we're done?
Let's cover this real quick. The reason that they started the salute was for knights to actually lift up their fold down helms so that their officers could see their faces and see that they were at attention whenever they did it. And then when they released their salute, it would fall back down in place. So that's the origin of the salute. Little tidbit there for you.
The
That's
chicken
fascinating.
beak works very well for that.
So, water comes crashing down from all around. Cassidy, Ulrich, Rarissa, Tim, Jules, all of you manage to bypass being swept away from this water, finding some sort of firm footing. Uthal is swept away.
E-
And as Rena is beginning to be swept away, Jules reaches out and grabs your hand, and he's holding you. You're still in the water, and you look up at him, Rena, and you don't know who this person is that's holding your hand. And we're gonna cut the session there.
God.
Oh, fuck.
Oof.
All right.
Lovely.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Rena forgot Jules. That's really how I wanted to end my notes for the night.
Just same situation as Cassidy.
Ooh.
All memory of Jules completely wiped from your mind.
Holy shit.
I thought we were gonna have ourselves some fried chicken tonight.
Yeah.
Bro, same.
Yeah, well, we
Honestly.
didn't roll for thunderstorm, and so she didn't
That's
get to
true.
roll in that one on that. So
Thank God.
Flash.
We
fried.
almost got chicken soup though.
Can the
Hey,
cheese be the noodles?
Bone broth is pretty good.
It is.
heavy noodles.
Bone broth is
All right.
good for me.
Everybody, thank you so much for coming out. We love you all. We appreciate your continued support. What was that, Ulrich? Yurko?
I just wanted to say good night, everyone. I was too excited. I interrupted.
It's
you.
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
all
want
right.
to. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Please, everybody, remember we will have the VOD posted what day?
Thursday at 9 a.m. Or this happens
And-
next week too.
Okay, I wasn't sure if the punishment would continue or not, but good to know.
Yeah, she's the one who set all of these parameters. This is
Mhm.
nobody's idea
So-
but hers.
So here's the
It's
thing.
even a clip.
It
actually.
is. It's going to get worse too. I'm gonna do something else worse if I
Okay.
continue to forget.
Okay.
So, what that may
Okay.
be, I don't know, but
Just don't escalate to the point of tar and feathers. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
That's painful.
So
She thought
Baby-
about it. She
Baby
thought about
syrup.
it.
the VOD will be posted on YouTube on Thursday. The audio portion of the session will be posted on Friday. And this Friday we will be live with me checking my schedule
Adventure
because I
It
don't
should be the adventure continues. Yeah.
I believe it is, yeah, because last week was DM sessions, yeah. So yeah, that. I'm on the wrong. Yeah, you guys are right. It's DM sessions. So we'll have or Adventure Continues. Haha. So the Adventure Continues will be live on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the audio for that will be posted to Spotify and our other podcast platforms on Sunday. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time as the adventure continues. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, friends.